Hello, everybody. My name is Ryunn Eldred, and I'd like to welcome you to the Nerdgasmic Goodfellas Presents The Drinking Corner. I am here live on my YouTube channel, but here on the podcast with my good friends, the BossFoss.
Hello.
And Mr. Retro, even though it says J-Dog if you're watching the podcast right now. If you guys are listening to on any of your podcast streaming devices, then you can't see our name, so should go check out the video version is always fun. Hello, David. I just saw your thing pop up, but I was like, oh, there's already a person watching. Yay.
It's
But today's topic is going to be centered on the special holiday of today, Halloween, and everything that is spooktacular and scary. But before we start our podcast, we're going to start off with our normal thing, and we're going to see how we're doing. A little bit of small talk. BossFoss, how have you been?
How have I been? I've been okay. You know, I'm just going through the days, going to school. Not tomorrow, but next week I'm taking my certification for to become a DJ. And as for what I'm drinking, because that's what we also always do, I am drinking a Blue Moon and water.
Good man.
Mr. Retro, how are you?
Which reminds me, go ahead and banner just for a second, because I gotta go get me a drink real quick.
Okay.
I should have just asked you how you were doing first then.
No, I'm doing good. I'll just be better when I get a drink, so I'll be right back.
Isn't that how we all are?
All right. Well, while he is away,
I'll just talk about how I'm doing then, and we'll do John last. We're gonna change up the formula here. All right. Well, everybody, I've had a really shitty month for October. For those of who are on my personal YouTube live stream or watching this later on, you would know that I have not been very active this month, whether it's been in my personal channel, the podcast, or just being there as a friend. What are you leaning in for?
On Mr. Retro's screen, and those who are not able to see the vidcast, it almost looks like there's a fire on the left side of his screen.
Oh, but it's his thing that's coming in and out of the kind of like how I have here in the top corner. For those of whom who
it just looks like there's a raging fire. I'm like,
we're just casually watching John's house burn down. But I've had a really shitty month. Things have not been going good. I've been in a very bad predicament, both with my mental health, with financial needs, academically. It's just not been going well. For those of whom who want to figure out what's going on, there will be a vlog on my personal YouTube channel that is uploaded today on Halloween that will accompany this video, or this live stream in this case, this video on the group channel. But to abridge it, I had an uncle commit suicide. I'm dropping out of school because I can't afford to go, and John's a bitch. But don't say anything, guys. He can't hear us yet.
What?
But that's how I've been doing. It'll go into wider detail. It'll go in a wider detail in the vlog. So, Mr. Retro, now that you're back, how are you doing? Oh, and I'm drinking water because I can't afford alcohol.
Nothing? Not a nothing?
Not a nothing.
My Blue Moon is probably like a few weeks old.
Oh my gosh.
I have enough in my bank account right now to pay my bills and get me to work tomorrow.
That's the important part.
This is all I got if it makes you feel any better. That was literally
not even a dude shot.
It was just a dude shot. Not even. Just like, right under the dude shot. It's like a meh. Oh. Yeah, what am I chasing? A strawberry watermelon. Yummy. Not a good chaser.
So, Mr. Retro,
yes,
how
sir.
are you doing?
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm doing good. Good. Excited for Halloween.
What are you dressing up as for Halloween?
Oh, I'm just wearing my Jason mask like I did last year. Wearing my Jason mask. I got a nice little like green army jacket with some boots, and got my little machete, my little fake machete I got, which is pretty badass looking when it's all together.
I
Gotta
remember
say, I
you
do
coming
pull
into
off the
work
Jason
last
look
year.
pretty well. Just need to like shave my head or something. Cheers, mates.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Are you dressing up for anything for Halloween, David?
Yes. Just because I'm hired.
Oh, really?
I will be working at our local round table dressed as Agent 47. I'm gonna shave my very beautiful beard tomorrow morning and like completely Bic shave my head. And I'm ow, my fucking elbow.
It's
I
super
mean,
funny because I
aw,
got
are
to
you
watch
okay?
it. I got to watch it on the podcast Zoom call, and then I got to see it on the live.
2 seconds later.
Yeah, but about a second. It was only about a
Double
second.
whammy. But yeah, I'm going as Agent 47 from the Hitman series. I'm gonna be serving pizzas in a suit. I'm gonna be showing up at people's houses in a fucking suit. They're gonna think I'm Mormons.
Do that last year as well?
No,
Did you do 47 last year?
last year
Or
I
was
went
it,
as Wrench from Watch Dogs 2
yes,
with the
yeah.
like spiky biker jacket and the LED light up mask.
Yeah, that's right. That was pretty cool, man. I like that.
The LED lights went out on the mask, or else I would have done it again this year. And if I
You
would
should
have
have your
had,
mom. You should have your mom or somebody like paint a fucking barcode on the back of your head, dude. That'd be
right,
sick. You should.
bro, I should find someone. I'll probably get someone from work to do it with a Sharpie, just a bunch of lines.
That was a Sharpie.
So that way when I go to school tomorrow to officially drop out, there's just a random barcode on the back of my head. All right.
Yeah, I joined the cult. I don't need
I
this education anymore.
Yeah, with the power of Cthulhu, who needs a higher education that you pay $4,000 a semester for? Stay in school, everybody.
Stay in school. Don't
You
do
can't
drugs.
make that argument. You can't say that anymore.
Stay in school. Going to drop out tomorrow.
I'm gonna drop out tomorrow, but stay in school, guys.
School is not for everyone.
Okay.
I love
Anyway,
school though.
onto the topic.
Onto the topic of the podcast. So we're not sitting here doing another 45-minute fucking small talk like we did with Logan. That was fun though. I enjoyed our small talk, even though we have to split the video in 2 parts now.
Yeah.
Halloween, the nights of the devil, the nights of the dead. Don't know many other different, distraction, different names for Halloween. But we are here to dissect the spooky holiday and talk about some of our favorite things. And what we're going to start off with is I'm going to get your guys' opinion on what the top 3 candy bars are to get while trick-or-treating. So for me, what I aim for when I'm running towards that bowl, or when I did when I was a kid,
Probably something weird like a Three Musketeers, you fucking freak.
It was. The first thing I would look for was the Starbursts, like the little 2-pack of Starbursts.
Yeah,
Skittles.
I remember those.
Skittles and Heath bars.
You lost me at Heath bars.
Oh, I fucking love Heath bars.
I knew there'd be something weird in that list.
I have a vague 5-year-old memory of that of that being mentioned there.
5-year-old memory. You looking at the other podcast topics, but those are my top 3. We will go with Mr. Retro. What are your top 3 candy bars when you go trick-or-treating? What are the top 3 candies that you steal out of your son's bag?
You got it, dude. Reese's peanut butter cups.
Woo! That should have been up on my list.
Milky Ways. And what else do I go for the most? I think I go for I'd have to say Snickers. I think I go for the Snickers, the Reese's, and the Milky Way.
See,
But
I like the
but I do
Reese's.
love me some Whoppers.
Oh, fuck yeah, Whoppers are great. I
Yeah.
do.
I'm gonna disagree with you on the Whoppers.
Oh, no. Actually got a box of Whoppers.
I will agree.
I
Reese's
still have
for
that
sure.
box of Whoppers from Black Adam.
Oh,
I've been slowly giving myself like 2 a day to stem me
Kit
over.
Kat
ooh, Kit Kat, yeah. Yep.
and oh man, like it's a close tie with the Starburst and this other candy.
What was your first one? I don't think I heard it.
Reese's. I was agreeing with you on the Reese's.
Oh, gotcha.
Little Reese's.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I prefer
The
the
butter-
bigger cup.
So
I
Oh,
want
Reese's
those little
peanut
ones.
butter cup, dude.
I know back in our day of being kids and going trick or treating, they only had the cups. But do you prefer the cups, the bar, the Reese's Pieces? Like what do you guys aim for now with
I
Reese's?
don't care for the Reese's Pieces, to be honest. They're kind of waxy.
Yeah,
You know, they got
no,
that,
I don't want the
They got
Reese's.
that, like
Pieces.
funky, waxy.
If I wanted little M&M sized things of a peanut, I would go for the
Just
M&M
go for the
peanuts.
M&Ms. For the M&Ms, yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's though I'm not a major fan of the little cups. I would go for the little cups or the single Reese's Pieces cup. Reese's, my kid just a Reese's. The single Reese's cup, the normal size one.
Oh yeah, you mean like those little mini ones you get around Christmas time, more or less, like the.
Yeah, so
for Halloween, the
there's
little
those,
fun
Yeah.
size.
but I would prefer the one where it's the
Oh yeah,
actual cup
absolutely.
because I just
Kind of go just riffing off of that. Have you guys tried the one with the freaking chips in it? With
I have,
with the
yeah.
Lay's? Was it good?
I did try it. It was with
Was it worth getting? And
No.
trying out? No, wasn't anything.
I think
special.
the only stuffed Reese's, in my opinion, that was worth getting out of the 2 or 3 I tried was the pretzel.
Ooh,
even still the pretzel one wasn't like anything too major to write home about.
Pretzels and candy is like one of my favorite things.
that's sweet and salty.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yup. Woo,
So
juicy.
Thank you. That calzone is hitting right.
What was your number 3, David? I'm sorry, I got sidetracked on the.
that's okay. I said it was a close tie with Starburst and this other candy, and having it today reminded me of it because I was assisting my fiance with making sure that the candy wasn't poisoned. She bought a bunch of candy for the kids, so we're putting it in little buckets so that way when the kids show up, they can have it. And I love Milky Ways. I don't know if I would say that's one of my top 3, but I do love Milky Ways. Warheads though,
Ooh.
like the atomic warheads, or
Oh yeah.
in general.
So you're a
I forgot how freaking
masochist.
sour they were.
You're a masochist.
Not as much as you with your hardest difficulty ever gameplay.
All right. Well, since we discussed what our favorite trick-or-treating candies were, let's see what type of givers you are. Do you prefer the fun size, like mini variety bag, or are you the type that would give out the actual king size bars and be the house that everybody's like, we gotta go there? They give out
Oh,
the king
hell.
size Snickers. Sorry, everybody that's watching on the live stream right now, you don't see it, but John's screen just froze. And I think David's.
Yeah. Oh,
Welcome
there you
back.
are.
Hey, there you are. Hi.
Back.
We lost you.
Hey, you doing, big guy?
Hi. You doing
Yeah,
okay?
you lost me because my Shasta Beam internet crapped out, and I just switched over to my mobile phone.
Yeah, I was
That was a
laughing because you froze on.
quick transfer.
I saw you continue to go on your live stream. I'm like, I can tell you he's okay because I can still see him laughing at the store, but
You're just like.
Yeah, so no, what happened on my perspective is you went,
uh. Oh boy. Yeah,
we know you're not frozen because
we get the point.
Green screen still
the green screen in the background. Just giving it away, guys.
Yeah, no, dude. I prefer fun size, bro. Handful, blam, variety.
Handful.
Yeah, just
Even
go to
though I
Costco,
do
get the
like
150 to like 200 piece
finding
candies.
those houses where they hook you up with the fat candy bar, but
If I was a millionaire, I may
Oh, absolutely.
give out one or two to like full size candy bars, but the rest of them would be little fun size.
We got David over here. Oh, here's the one size
Oh, it's
Snickers.
such an adorable
Here's
costume.
king
I'm a full size.
Someone comes up with like full on like Carrie looking bloody white gown. And you're like, here's some fun size Snickers. Little kid dressed as a bumblebee. Oh,
That's so adorable. Yeah, have a king size.
and then you just shut the door and lock it. You're like, I'm done for the day.
That's all I have.
Oh, it's freaking great.
Everybody else is like, get the toilet paper and eggs.
Oh, God, dogs.
Speaking-
Release the
Speaking
house.
of toilet paper and eggs, let's go into our personal lives here. Have you guys ever been the kid that was TPing and egging houses that gave out bad candy? Or just being mischievous on Halloween night?
On Halloween night,
We'll start with
I
the
TP'd a
boss.
car, I think, when I was younger.
You did do what
I TP'd a car.
on Halloween?
Yeah. It was down in Kalinga, so I was like 10 or younger. I know I ding dong ditched a house on Halloween as well. It was like 11 or 12 at night. They were all asleep, and we just ran up going, hee hee, ding dong, hee hee, and just took off.
What about you, Mr. Retro? Any
Someone open the door
any
and be like,
Hallow-
get out of here, you little bastards.
Any Halloween confessions?
Quit ringing my friggin' doorbell. Oh, dude. There were a few Halloweens where went a little crazy. Did some mischief for sure. But I always like going out and getting candy though, bro. It was only when I was really like early teen years, being
All right, cops, you heard him. Get him.
you get 'em.
That's when your garage door just collapsed in the background. There's a SWAT.
I'm
unit.
sitting right in front of it, dude. It just falls on me.
FBI.
We're here to arrest you for a crime 15 years ago.
Yeah. Probably
To
caused
answer-
some property damage, but that's all good. All fun and games.
I've never caused
I'm sure
property
karma will get me
damage
in the future.
as your son gets arrested for it.
You're gonna get the ass beaten of a lifetime. That ever happens. You don't
So,
get caught
Ryunn,
if
what
you're gonna
about
be
you?
doing mischievous shit. You don't get caught doing.
I've done the ding dong ditch to houses that would close early with candies. So like their lights are all off and I just run up, ring the doorbell, run. We did the paper bag full of shit. I've TP'd people's properties and I egged this one dude that was like, he would shoot airsoft guns at kids who would come up towards the house. So he'd like shoot them away. So we egged his house. So that's my Halloween confessions of our juvenile delinquencies.
Halloween confessions. Oh, one thing you guys didn't mention. Have you ever smashed pumpkins?
No.
I never did smash. I've
Not
never
on
smashed.
Halloween. Like I've gone pumpkin chunking or chunking.
Yeah, that was one.
But I've never
pumpkin checking. Yeah, dude, that was one thing that we did do on Halloween night after like later hours, we went around town smashing people's pumpkins. I regret that a lot looking back at that, but
As a kid, I knew what effort went into making jack-o'-lanterns, so I never wanted to smash them because it was like,
it wasn't always necessarily like jack-o'-lanterns that have been carved. Some people just had pumpkins out,
mm,
you know. I'm sure there were some that had been carved, but you know, we'd look for the ones they just have like a little group of them. We just fucking run up there, smash them, and run
my
off.
mentality with it was the toilet paper, I'm wasting my own money, my own resource. They're just wasting time having to clean it up. Same thing with the eggs. I bought the eggs. They just have to take a hose and hose it off. With smashing pumpkins and stuff like that, I was like, I didn't spend the time, effort, or the money into what that was. So I didn't want to, you know, because that's more of the dick move on me.
Well, that's the difference between me and you, youngin.
Sorry.
I just
sorry,
wanted to
I'm
watch
so
the world
polite.
burn.
John standing there behind a bush in his Michael Myers mask with the little headphones in. It's like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, as he's holding a little match, letting it burn down to his fingers.
Like watching it.
And
But
then if
no,
he,
like I said though, I regret it. But yeah, I did some messed up shit, dude.
Sure.
Eggs,
We,
toilet paper.
we all have done some messed up things.
We all are guilty.
what was your go-to outfit when you were a child? Like the one thing you dressed up as multiple years in a row.
I don't think I ever dressed up in the same costume like year after year.
All right.
I
Well,
think I
then
went back and I think I dressed up as a cop multiple times. Younger as just a normal police officer. I know during high school, or like middle school or high school, I dressed up as CHP because I was able to actually fit in my dad's uniforms. And there's a picture of me arresting Ariel, who he was dressed up like I think he was dressed up as like a cholo that year, or like a Mexican gangbanger, one of those two. And like, there's a picture. So I have one hand on like further up his back. I have another hand like holding his hands together as I'm getting ready to cuff him. I think there's also a picture of me doing that
on the
to
hood of the car.
Obama. Yeah, actually, let me see if I can find that picture. We'll continue on, but I'll see if I can find that picture.
yeah, if you find it by tonight, I'll be able to throw it in the actual video, so that'll be good.
I can just imagine David as like a little kid. Get on the ground, motherfucker! Dressed as a cop.
You have the right to remain silent.
He's coming for us.
So in other words, David dressed up as a cop many years. John, what have you most commonly dressed up as, or some iconic costumes that you can remember?
Embarrassing, I will admit. It is 3 years in a row. Me and my buddy dressed up as Insane Clown Posse. I was Violent J and he was Shaggy. And I think it was like 2 or 3 years in a row. And it's funny because he'd come over and my mom would do the makeup and stuff, and she had no idea who Insane Clown Posse was, dude. And I learned it through him because he had the Amazing Jekyll Brothers album. And was it Jekyll Brother or Jackal Brothers?
I think it's the Amazing Jackal Brothers.
Jackal Brothers, yeah. And yeah, dude, I just fucking being young and dumb, I fell in love with them like really quick because it was like dark and
We
lots
all
of
know how
cussing,
it is to be
lots
young.
of cuss words and sexual things. And I'm like, this is fun. This is fun.
Little John.
I'm listening to things I shouldn't listen to. Yeah, but my mom friggin' did our face paint like perfect, dude, 3 years in a row, and then she found out who they were.
Yeah,
Because I was only like maybe 9, 10, 11, somewhere around there.
So that little he was very accurate description of you.
Yeah, I was young when I started listening to ICP, dude.
Any other outfits, or is that like the most iconic
That
and
was
most
like
used
the
for
3
you?
years in a row. I think. Let's see what. I don't know, dude. Honestly, like I think one of maybe the best costume I ever did. I don't think it was anything scary. Maybe.
I
Me,
sent
my-
it to you in chat too. I found
Me
it.
myself, I didn't really have like. I didn't really have like cool costumes. We just kind of did like pirates and werewolf kind of shit
Yeah.
and stuff like that, makeup. Let's see. One little story was I did my buddy's face paint for like a Two-Face kind of face paint, and I had him like scowl and make a lot of wrinkles in his face, and I outlined them all in black and did like a pretty cool.
Kind of like Tommy Lee Jones, whereas like
Yeah, like that color, kind of blue, purpley.
yeah, like the comic accurate kind of Tommy Lee
Yeah,
Jones
that's
style
pretty
where
much what I
it's
did. I
all-
tried to go for the comic accurate Two-Face.
or animated series, whichever org. 'Cause the
Yeah, that's
comics
what
are-
I was shooting for, was the 90s animated series Batman. And yeah, everybody really liked it. That was pretty fun doing that shit. I've always liked doing makeup and art and like I love Halloween, do like carving pumpkins and shit, all that kind of good stuff.
David, any other ones you'd like to throw in other than just the cops, since I kind of got a wider variety on John before I go into mine?
Well, I know I dressed up as Jack Sparrow one year, and I guess technically I'm going as a pirate, a more accurate pirate this year.
Oh, cool.
But the only reason I'm dressing up this year is if I show up to class with the radio station in costume, I get like 15 hours of work signed off on.
Well, that
So,
sounds like a
yeah.
good trade.
Where I
Doing
need to
like a
get like,
costume dress up bonus.
yeah, I have to get 80 hours in total for the school year. So 15 hours is a decent chunk to get signed off on.
Oh, absolutely. That's a big chunk.
Dressing
up.
I think I dressed as an Eminem one year.
Like an M&M the candy, or like Eminem the
Like
rapper?
the candy.
Like
Like
Slim
the
Shady.
candy.
I automatically thought of David with like blonde hair and a hoodie.
David
Headphones. Headphones on.
standing in his bathroom sink doing the whole 8 Mile prep thing while Stan's playing in the background as he's peroxiding his
I
hair.
did not listen to Eminem until probably high school. But no, well, what else? I dressed up as a drag queen, as a bad drag queen, one year for high school, where I
No, we're
used
talking
my
about Halloween,
sister's
though.
prom dress. Huh?
No. I'm sorry. I had to.
I am not sharing any more details.
Okay, so
Please continue.
I'll jump into mine then real quick. Most iconic, I gotta go with John. In middle school, like 7th and 8th grade, when I grew my hair out and I was able to braid it and dread it, I went trick-or-treating, I think 2 years in a row, dressed as Shaggy Two Dope.
Oh,
Because I had stuff from the Dark Malenko album, which was my dad's like favorite album. So my dad, who is bigger than I was, would be Violent J, and I, being the skinny one, would be Shaggy Two Dope. And we did it that year. And then I did it once with Leo in our high school year. I think my senior year of high school, I went as the Joker because again, I had like longer, kind of not as well kept hair that was like down here. So we dyed it green. And I went as Heath Ledger's Joker. Let's see, what else can I think of? More recently with like work, because work allows us to dress up for Halloween. The first year I went as Hitman. The second year I worked there, I went as Wrench from Watch Dogs 2. And then today I'm gonna be dressed up as Agent 47 again. I'm gonna like shave my beard before work and everything.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot. Did John bust out his butt plug?
Rock
Every-
you, dude.
Everybody on the podcast is like, what the fuck are we listening to? Pulled
Make
out his
fun.
butt plug. Everybody in the live stream's thinking the same thing, but people
Smoke
watching on the
utensil.
vidcast, which you can find on the Nerdgasm Goodfellas YouTube channel, will see that John has a smoking pipe that looks oddly like a butt plug. You want to raise that to the camera, John? Just raise the end of it so that way people can see.
In today's news, a YouTube channel by the name of by the name of Nerdgasm Goodfellas was banned for showing a butt plug.
But
You
not
can't
only
get-
is it a butt plug, it doubles as a tobacco pipe.
What's
Oh,
next
God.
question there, Ryunn? Let's
All right,
continue
to
on.
progress us, let's talk about some horror icons. When we think of what's with your phone?
Oh, you didn't hear that?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. This is the Halloween theme.
Oh, okay. Well, that works as our
My phone went
segue
off, and I
today.
just thought I held it up in time, but I guess not.
We're gonna segue into horror icons for this topic. What in your mind when you think of like scary movies? Because typically in October, everybody wants to watch horror films. People want to be scared in October. So we'll start off with BossFoss.
How about you start us off, buddy?
I start us off?
How about you start us off with this
Ooh.
topic?
Ooh, okay. I'll
Yeah.
start us off.
Wait, hang on. Before we start, are we limiting the amount that we list? Are we only going with 3?
Let's go top 3 so that way it's quick.
Cool.
For me, my top 3 horror icons that I watch pretty much every year is I go through the Halloween movies with my mom because that's tradition for us in October. We do one of the movies each day. We do Friday the 13th. And then for me personally, I watch the Scream movies. Like those are 3 genres of horror icons with Ghostface, Michael Myers, and Jason Voorhees / Pamela Voorhees that I do every October. So, BossFoss, what are your 3 picks?
When I think of Halloween and like horror icons, okay, John, we really did lose him this time because the live stream is also frozen.
Is it?
Oh, he froze?
He's frozen
Oh,
on
I
both.
just heard him too kind of come through.
Wait,
Okay.
my internet connection's
Oh, there he is.
unstable. No.
We're losing him.
We know it's unstable.
Danger. Internet connection unstable.
This is the real horror
Damn it.
thing. I don't know what to
Okay.
do.
Wait, okay, whoa, relax.
Whoa, Tim,
Live
what's
stream
behind
back.
you, dude?
The live stream is back and you're back on the screen.
Re.
Sorry, Ryunn. My bad. Don't
Okay,
want to expose
Top
your
3.
secret identity. It's too late.
just the
now.
icons, right? We're not talking about the movies that come to mind.
Yeah, we'll just talk about the icons. I know I listed the 3 movie franchises I watch, but then I went through and said Michael Myers, Jason, Pamela Voorhees, and
But what if we have
Ghostface.
specific movies that we like them in more than
okay,
others?
you could go. The more you talk, I will not penalize you for more of what you say. Okay, the more you say, the better it is for you. So talk.
There's no prize though.
Is there?
No, there was no prize.
It's your pride, David.
You're proud
Well,
of leading a
then
good
I'm.
podcast.
Oh no, the live stream is frozen. There we go. Nope, frozen again.
Okay, I am going to attempt.
You're back. Don't worry.
Are they shutting us down for my
No.
I think they are.
for
Okay.
my
I'm
activity?
really hoping this works. Give me a sec.
Is this okay or should I not?
It's okay.
Oh, I didn't do. We don't give a shit.
Okay.
It's okay. You're
I was
good.
gonna say because I've watched people on YouTube taken some fat dabs before, dude. So
I personally
Well,
don't care.
okay, one thing you need to
You are a
remember,
grown
John,
man.
well, hang on. One thing you need to remember, John, is they're not seeing me and you.
oh,
The live stream is only of Tim, and it's a different camera.
that's right. Okay. Well, shit.
But people who watch the vidcast of the podcast on Nerdgasmic Goodfellas will see you.
Yes, we are being seen by the
Everybody.
podcast, but we're not being seen by the current
We
live
appreciate all three of you very much.
stream. Damn, throwing shade.
Three or
Okay,
four.
what are
of
we
you.
waiting on, Ryunn? Or can I answer the
We're
question?
we're waiting on you. Answer the question.
Oh, I did actually.
No, you had
I did-
said,
I did-
hang on,
I
let me
did
try
what-
something.
I did something already.
But you didn't say you were back. Okay.
I did. I said it
I'm
worked.
sorry. I didn't hear you say it worked. I'm
I
sorry.
did. I fucking did.
Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, and then the last one that always comes to mind.
Wow.
I don't know. Is there a third one that always comes to mind?
Why don't you just say Journey is your favorite band? And just
Right.
Okay, well here's the thing. I'm gonna throw myself on the fucking sword here. I don't watch horror movies. I have never
we
seen
know
a
this. We
single
know.
Halloween movie. I've never seen Nightmare on Elm Street. I've never seen Jeepers Creepers. I've seen Paranormal Activity 1.
You've never seen Jeepers Creepers?
Yeah, I know.
I was
Oh
about
my
to say
God.
the creeper
Oh
is
my
like my
God, dude.
honorable mention. I
Oh my
love
God.
Jeepers Creepers.
I
1 and 2.
have
Jeepers
seen
Creepers, dude,
the
is
first
like on
Paranormal
another
Activity.
level.
I did not care for it too much. I mean, it was genuinely startling. And then I'll get in the movies later. But I have never actually sat down and watched any of these movies. So yes, when I think of Halloween, those are the two people I think of.
Freddy Krueger and
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers. Cool. Yeah. Gotta love that Michael Myers, dude. He's one of the best. Freddy.
I'm just saying, when it comes to
They
horror
are the
icons
best, though.
having theme music, the second you go do 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 do, you instantly know what.
Oh,
Like same thing with the.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you
my
instantly
heart
know.
dropped. I got
Or-
notified that my bowling coach just messaged me, but he was messaging me.
Or 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Or
Dude.
there's someone
Oh my
standing
God.
behind you.
Oh, wait, no,
What was that, dude? What was that?
Final
Destination?
Destination.
No. Okay, yeah, it was, huh?
Jack Nicholson's character from The Shining.
Jack Nicholson. Oh yeah, we were just talking about
We
him.
just said his name.
I know we literally just said his name and now
Jack
I can't
Torrance.
remember.
Yeah,
That's
that's the third. That's my third one. I'm sorry.
it.
Here.
I have not seen The Shining either.
Dude. Jack. Oh, that was good. That was a good face, dude. Yeah, Jack Nicholson killed it in that movie, dude. I
I
don't think
love
anybody
him
else
in that
could
movie.
have
Ah, that's funny.
like him. Oh, you get that pun?
All right, John. What are your 3 horror icons?
Let's see here. One that I always think of, but I know I've seen the movies when I was younger. I don't really remember like the whole plot and story, but it was Pumpkinhead. You ever remember those, like the old Pumpkinhead movies?
Sleepy Hollow or
No. It's like actually called Pumpkinhead, and he's a monster. He's like a look him up real quick. He's fucking cool looking.
I would, but my phone is being used as the mobile hotspot for the live stream, and I don't want to fuck with that because I don't want to fuck with my live stream.
David, look up Pumpkinhead
1988?
for me and send it to Tim because I can't talk and think at the same time.
It's okay, we understand.
Anywho, yeah, I think of him for Halloween, dude, and Chucky, man. Chucky's my dude. I always watch The Bride of Chucky, Child's Play 1, 2, 3. That's pretty much my favorite part of Chucky. Like after
Yeah,
that,
I've seen Pumpkinhead before.
mhm. Yeah, dude.
That is actually quite terrifying. It also looks very similar to Samuel from Trick or Treat.
It does. He looks like a mini little pumpkin head, dude. That's cool. Never thought of that. Sam,
All right.
good old Sam. Let's see here. So I said Pumpkinhead, Chucky, and
You can use one that's already been used.
no.
Oh, you're gonna come with your own original ideas? That's a first for
Yeah.
this channel.
You know, I haven't watched it yet this year or this Halloween, October, but The Exorcist. I always like watching The Exorcist.
I have never
Uh,
seen the original Exorcist.
Oh my God. I like
I've
watching
seen
it
like the
every
exorcism of Emily Rose and other like exorcism movies, but I've never seen the OG Exorcist.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude.
Let's just say, dude, it is the scariest movie that I've ever seen. Ever.
I don't know if
One
I
that
would say
sticks with you
exorcism.
the most, like because of just I don't know. It's intense, dude. It's like
I mean,
the
it is
intensity of the
intense.
movie is really like, whoa, shit.
Are we transitioning to movies next?
I was gonna say the transition, the segue was gonna be your favorite Halloween movie. So not necessarily scary movie, but an actual Halloween movie. Not Halloween as in Michael Myers, but where the theme is the holiday.
I don't remember the name either.
But you can use Halloween as your answer.
Okay.
Not meaning Halloween,
So-
but Halloween is a valid answer.
Let me tell you about the horror movie that made me so terrified I didn't want to watch any more horror movies for the longest time. And I still really don't watch horror movies. The Poltergeist.
Oh, the original?
Dude, the
Or the
original. Yeah,
remake?
the original.
Yeah, the
that
original.
fucked with me so bad. And then finding out the curse behind
Mhm.
the movie set. And then I also think The Omen also had a curse.
The Omen had one as
The
well, yeah.
Exorcist actually was.
Yeah, I never watched Omen, but
The
Poltergeist
Exorcist
itself.
and the Poltergeist, and I believe the Omen. Yeah.
What was the first one you said? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Exorcist.
The Exorcist.
Yeah, was.
I wanted to
one
say
on
The
the
Exorcist
movie
as
set.
well.
When
But
things
yeah,
would catch on fire and stuff.
The Poltergeist. I was about to say The Exorcist. The Poltergeist movie, first one. That one really fucked with me. That really stuck with me for the longest time. Probably because I was super young.
Mhm.
I think a horror movie that stuck with me that like made me genuinely terrified was the original Jeepers Creepers and Jeepers Creepers 2. Like I used to
watch Jeepers Creepers 1.
oh, fuck. I wasn't even 10 yet.
I was gonna say you had to be young because I was young when
was-
it came out.
I was
like a young
young.
teenager.
I was young. I think I was maybe anywhere from 6 to 9, somewhere in that range. But I remember I used to have such bad nightmares of the creeper, like flying in and abducting me from the backyard. And even today, as an adult that obviously knows it's fake, I'll be like walking my trash can down the road and I'll sit there and hear the wind pick up, and then I'll just get that like chill down my spine to where I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not alone out here. Or I'll just like look up at the sky and be like, next thing I know, I'm gonna see a figure just flap its wings and fly across.
Screw that.
Like I am genuinely terrified of the creeper.
2001.
I was
It's honestly
6.
No,
I was 6
Jeepers
years old when the
Creepers,
original Jeepers
2000.
Creepers came out.
for real.
I was 5 or 6, yeah.
Uh,
Depending
wow.
on if it was before or after October.
Sorry, I'm trying to stifle a laugh because I can hear Katie.
I heard Katie too. I heard Katie. Loki, no! Loki, no! Loki, no!
I'll be right back. I'm being summoned.
Yeah, get
All right.
your cat under control.
All right, John, what is a horror movie that has stuck with you and just fucked you up mentally? Your mental scars.
Well, that I know I just said it, but The Exorcist was one that I've had nightmares of that stuff, dude. Of her face and like walking by a room and looking in and her being in the bed and like doing her fucking creepy thing. Yeah, that stuck with me. Hellraiser, like I was saying earlier, dude, Hellraiser was the
The Cenobites really just freaked you out, scarred
well,
you.
it was more the like his lackeys, his familiars or whatever. Those ones.
The other Cenobites.
Yeah.
All right, John. I'm gonna go back and repeat the previous question because David kind of turned the topic into a different question. But what is your favorite Halloween themed movie? And it doesn't have to be scary. You could say Halloween Town. You could say
Halloween Town. Yeah.
But what is your all-time favorite Halloween themed movie?
Oh gee. Let's see.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
All right, we got David's.
Damn you. I was just gonna say Nightmare Before Christmas.
So before John could answer, my favorite Halloween movie is Trick or Treat. And I am very excited that next year we're getting a sequel.
What?
So we're getting another
Real?
yep, we're getting another Halloween anthology that will follow Samuel.
Dude. Hell yeah.
Bro, I went to Spirit Halloween and found a Samuel pop and had to buy it. So my mom has like
Yes.
has a life-size figure of him that stands in the yard, and now I have the little pop. We love Trick or Treat. I love that little guy. He's creepy as fuck. So
I just
John,
watched that again actually a little while ago and showed it to my mom and my brother and sister for the first time. Like,
It's a
dude, you
good
guys gotta
movie.
watch this movie. It's good. It's hella good.
it's a really well written, well directed movie
And I like those kind of movies that have individual little stories throughout
that all come together.
that all intertwine and connect. Yeah, I like those
What
kind
was
of
your
movies.
favorite sub story in it?
I liked how the that old guy dude that played Dr. Connors in Spider-Man, how he was the serial killer.
I was just about to
Yeah.
say the serial killer was like one of
And
mine.
yeah, dude, him and how his kid, how he like poisoned that fucking fat kid at the beginning, dude.
Yep, where he
And then
poisons
him
the
and his
fat
kid
in
were
his
cutting
son,
him
but, like,
up. I forgot about how brutal the beginning of that movie was.
I like that. The werewolf, obviously, because them three girls were like, woo! But
Yeah,
yeah,
because they wind up killing him.
yeah, they end up killing him. The old guy that was the serial killer's neighbor ends up getting killed by Samuel.
Yeah,
Or actually, no, Samuel doesn't kill
he
him.
doesn't get killed. He doesn't get killed. He
because
runs
he
off.
gives him a piece of candy. He celebrated
Yeah.
Halloween in the end because Samuel only kills people who don't celebrate the holiday. Or like they smash pumpkins or they're
Because
disrespectful.
at the beginning,
No,
the
the
girl
werewolves,
that dies, she
yeah,
kicked
the
a
werewolves
pumpkin.
did kill the serial killer because the serial killer was
Yeah.
pretending to be the vampire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was the one biting and stuff, like biting women.
Stabbing them in the neck and acting like it was a bite.
Oh, I thought he was really biting.
Yeah, he really bit him, but the teeth were knives. Like they were little dagger teeth that he was like stabbing him in the throat with.
Gotcha.
All right, David, your favorite. Oh, wait, you already said Nightmare Before Christmas. All right. Next question. What is a horror video game that has just mentally fucked you up? You want me to go first? Because I already have mine like in my head.
Sure.
Fear. Alma
Okay.
mentally fucked me up. And Alma is the reason why I am petrified of children in horror films. because she was the most antagonizing antagonist in a game ever, because you didn't know when she was going to pop up. It scared the living shit out of you when you're just walking down a hallway and the next thing you know, the whole hallway fills with blood and she's walking across the ceiling coming at you. And it's not the fact that she looks creepy, it's the fact that she's a little girl that's just mentally insane, murdering everybody. And then it's like you're walking down a normal hallway and you go to turn down a ladder, nothing there. Your character looks down, starts climbing down the ladder, and as you pan up, dude, she's just standing there. And you're like, ah! She has haunted me in my dreams. All right. I've had nightmares of where I've had sleep paralysis and I see her walking down the hallway slowly. It is petrifying. That's why I always make the joke that if there's an evil child, I'm just running up and drop kicking the little fucker. I eyeball your son. I'm like, I see it.
Don't say nothing, dude. I'm like looking behind me now. I'm hearing shit, and I'm like,
your son's just back there dressed as one of the children of the corn.
wearing his white Michael Myers mask. Dude. I got him this like cheap, Michael Myers looking mask.
Really shitty one.
Yeah.
I mean, Fear is amazing.
It's an amazing game, and I love it. I wish the first one. I wish the first one was backwards compatible because I would do a playthrough. Granted, I could play it on computer now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Phasmophobia, legit. Phasmophobia legit terrifies me when I do play it. I didn't play Resident Evil for the longest time because I was worried that it was actually going to scare me. And I've noticed that while playing through the Resident Evils, the jump scares are not getting me. Like I see it and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's the thing.
Every time
I just had a random thought. Huh?
Every time I play the original Resident Evil, I still to this day get jump scared by the fucking Cerberuses jumping through the window in the hallway. Like the
I knew to expect it, so that's why I didn't do that. But
I know to expect it too every time. But I'll slowly walk down the hallway and be like, is this not the hallway? A little bit further. Huh, I guess this ain't the hallway. Little bit further, close to the door. This ain't the hallway. As soon as I reach the door. Fuckers!
The thought that came to my head when you were starting to raise your finger is Batman Arkham Knight. You know exactly what moment I'm talking about. When you're climbing up onto a roof and you start going over the roof.
But my like big jump scare moment in my early YouTube days of when I'm playing Batman Arkham Knight and I'm just casually talking, like having a conversation, looking in the camera, and I grapple hook to a building and I zip line up and Man Bat like swipes down at me and screams in my face. And I literally like physically jump out of my chair and scream and pause the game. And I had to take a moment too. I was sitting there, I was like,
oh yeah.
I was not expecting that.
But yeah, Phasmophobia to be different would be one that I would definitely say can get me. What?
I was fixing my camera angle because you can see some grocery bags I have stashed to the side.
John, what about you?
Horror game, huh?
That was the topic.
I'd like to say, what was it? The Blair Witch. That game was freaky as shit, dude.
So yeah, I guess I'm the only one that hasn't really gotten to it because I got all the way up to the first invisible enemies, and I got really frustrated because I couldn't understand the mechanic behind it.
Oh, and you had to like use your flashlight.
I don't know if it was because the settings I was playing on with how dark it was, but I couldn't fucking find them. Like I'd be getting attacked and hurt, and I couldn't
That's like right
fucking
at the
find.
beginning of the game, huh?
Yep, I've never made it.
I don't
I never
remember.
made it past that point because I couldn't.
I never
couldn't
beat the
fully
game
find
because I
down the
didn't want
end.
to see anything bad happen.
The dog. The dog was awesome, dude.
The dog was
No,
amazing.
that game freaked me out, dude. But honestly, I think the first Evil Within that had some pretty creepy ass
Our
characters.
Rebone Laura still scares me.
The spider.
Yeah, the Spider Woman.
Chick.
I'm very
spider.
arachnophobic. Like I
Dude,
absolutely
that's
hate
the one my
spiders.
brain always goes to first. Is that creepy ass spider chick. And then that dude with the thing that's almost like the guy from Silent Hill. He's got
the
that big
keeper
old,
with the safe on his
yeah,
head.
he's got that big old sword. Mhm.
Yeah, he's known as
Or
the
box,
keeper.
the box head. Actually, I think he's got like a box safe head. kinda
The
with
safe
a
on his
bar.
head.
Yeah,
Evil
with
Within was
bar.
such a good game, though.
Yeah,
That's a
dude.
game that I really actually I have not played.
It was
It's
stressful
really good.
running around from that guy trying to evade him. Other than that, though, dude, like I like jump scares and stuff. You know, Resident Evil's always got good jump scares. But like you said, David, you can kind of see them coming most of the time.
Yeah. Well, going off of that, the Resident Evil 7 or 8, I keep calling it 7, but Resident Evil 8 Village,
That baby
DLC
part.
that just dropped, Shadows of Rose. I just beat it. It took me 2.5 hours. And the entire time we're playing, sitting on the couch, Katie is sitting next to me. There'll be a jump scare or something will happen, and Katie will jump, and I'm just completely still. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, that's a thing.
You have nerves of steel, though. I love
Do
horror.
I?
Okay, so here's the point. I watch a significant
For a guy that
amount
doesn't
more.
watch horror movies.
I watch a significant amount of horror compared to you. I
Yeah.
jump at everything. You watch no horror or consume horror on a very minimal scale.
Yeah.
And you don't jump at anything, really. Like, there's some things that catch you off guard. I've seen you get jump scared and you're like, oh, all right. My favorite story is you doing Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. And you're leaning over to grab the remote and you accidentally leaned out of the game boundary and it jump scared you
Oh yeah, fuck
as you're grabbing the
VR.
remote. And you're like, yep, nope, fuck this.
Fuck this. Oh no, if we're talking about jump scares, I jump scared room. And this is a story that I absolutely love retelling.
Oh,
He's
I
in my
love
living room, just me and him in the house. And I had ran to go get groceries or something. I forget exactly why I left the house, but I came back in and opened up the door, and he's in the middle of the game, unaware that I had just arrived back at the house. So I got all stealthy. I then grabbed the door and I slammed it as hard as I could. All I see is Ryunn jump off the ground, and he's on the ground going, oh my God, what the fuck?
No, it wasn't. You didn't slam the door. You
No, I
stood
did slam
there
the
and
door.
oh, I thought it was you stood there and waited and then you said something.
No, I slammed the door. You posted that video, didn't you?
Nope. The inpatient is a video that I recorded and never released. And the reason why I never released it was because that was also around the time that I found out that I may or may not be a father. And I was like, oh,
Yes, I remember now.
Choice.
Anyway, what's the next question, sir?
All right. I feel like a good way to close this out as we are reaching 59 minutes is we will close this out with a horror story. So give me, and it has to be a personal one. It can't be one you make up. Give a personal ghost story or horror story, something that has happened to you on the basis of horror.
Okay. Well, I got one for this. Mr. Retro, do you have one or do you need it?
I've told it before in another episode, but yeah, I'll let you go.
I'm pretty sure I had told this story before. At least I think you definitely heard the story. So my parents' place, it was within the first couple months of us actually living there. Now, for those of you who are unaware, which should be everybody else, we built the house. We're the first people to live on the property, and we are the first people to live in the house because we built the house. So me and my mom, we just got home from groceries. We closed all the doors. We locked the back door. Our dogs are now inside. It's about 20, 30 minutes. Groceries are put away. Me and my mom are standing in the kitchen. And the way that the house is laid out is we have the back door, the side door, which we always use because it's the one that's next to the garage. It goes into a laundry room that's kind of short. And in the laundry room, we have a spot where we kick off our shoes. And then it goes to a door into an immediate small hallway, which has my bathroom, my bedroom, and then turning left, that short hallway goes into the main rest of the house, which is the dining room, the kitchen, and the living room. So me and my mom, we just finished putting everything away, and we're talking about something. I couldn't tell you what it was. And we hear the side door close, which one, we locked the door, so it really should not have been closing. Then that makes us go quiet. We can hear footsteps. Somebody walks up most of the way through the laundry room. We hear them shuffle as they kick off their shoes. Then we hear the footsteps come out of the laundry room, into the hallway, into the kitchen, and between me and my mom. And we still have no idea what happened. The dogs were reacting. They were notifying us that there was somebody there. I have no idea who it was. My parents have had multiple occasions of ghost stories or paranormal activity happening at the house, but we have no idea what's causing.
I'd say I can
But that is-
contest to that because when I lived with you for that like year to 2 years, there was like numerous times where even me and you were like chilling out in my room or your room and we'd hear someone walking that wasn't there. Or
Yeah.
every time I'd like get up at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning to go get a glass of water, I would like run back to my room because I'd feel like somebody.
It's dark.
you would-
It's dark in the house when there's
You would
nobody awake.
feel like you were
feel
not
like
alone in the
somebody-
house. Like somebody was standing there
Uh-huh.
watching you. Like you could feel it in your bones.
Oh, that's creepy, dude.
It would be, or there'd be like moments where you're walking through the house and it's abnormally cold in like one area.
Yeah.
Cold spots.
Again, no idea what's causing it, but something's causing it.
That's freaking crazy, dude. You heard those footsteps come right up to you guys like that?
Yeah. Me and my mom, we were just completely baffled because
I've been freaking.
we were legit expecting somebody to actually be walking into the house because the dogs were reacting to where the footsteps were at. Like the door closed, the dogs all perked up. We hear the footsteps, the dogs start reacting a bit more. And then as the footsteps came in, the dogs were reacting to the spot where the footsteps were. Like, again, no idea. And the reason I go with that specific story is it's a story that is, I have a witness for. I have other instances of ghost stories, but I was the only one home. So I can't, nobody can corroborate the story. Anyway, Mr. Retro.
Damn, dude. I don't know. I was so into that story. I can't think of anything now.
You don't have any personal ghost stories or
That was a good
weird
story.
occurrences or something creepy that's happened to you in your life?
Mm. Let's see. I think I mentioned before the I'm sorry, I don't like talking about it really, but the fucking like shadow that was right next to my bed when I was
You have
younger.
never mentioned this.
Yeah, I think I did. I don't know, maybe I didn't, dude.
You've never mentioned this, and I am actually
Okay,
somewhat happy you
before we
mentioned this.
continue, if this is not something that you're comfortable about talking about, we are
Yeah.
not forcing you to talk.
No, I know, I understand that.
I'm fucking forcing you.
Is it? It just
I am not forcing you to talk about this.
But yeah, it was when I was living in Gerber, which is like not far from Red Bluff, but I grew up there, and for some reason, dude, it's just like all of a sudden, I was like 7 or 8, maybe I was a little older than that because I like remember being older, like 10. But I remember there was just like this fucking dark figure by my bed, dude, and it was reoccurring for quite a while. I'd say like maybe at least a year, dude. It was really weird. And then it just stopped. But it would be very random throughout the year. I just remember I don't remember exactly how long it lasted, but it was really weird, dude. Like, and it was darker than dark, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It
'cause
was
I
just,
had like
it stood
moonlight
out.
shining through, and it was just like, yeah. It's just fucking weird,
See,
dude.
your story, I had a different story I was gonna go with, but your story reminds me of like a very similar occurrence for me because as David knows, I could go really into detail with my stories for it because I've had a really weird, traumatizing childhood in which there's been a lot of stuff like that, which goes back to what my family blames is my dad, like doing a sacrifice down by the creek that's over where we live at. Congrove Park, that creek that runs through Congrove, John.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad like did a weird seance circle, pentagram and killed a chihuahua in there. Like while my mom was like pregnant with me. Like my dad was tripping out on drugs and a bunch of other shit. And he brought my mom down there and my like mom's cousins and all that. And he did it. So my family blames the reason why I used to come and have as a child, I used to have sleep paralysis to where I'd have like a nightmare, wake up and have a reoccurring nightmare to wake up from that and not be able to move and just see shit. And then it would be like I woke up again and it was finally like it was over, but I was like dripping in sweat, crying, pissed myself, like real fucking petrified, scared as a child. So another weird occurrence that really started to like kick things in was when I was 10, 11 years old. I had a sleepover at a friend's house. And I'll omit the names for the podcast, but pretty much it was a girl and her cousin. I was friends with both of them. It was the male cousin's birthday. We're celebrating, doing a sleepover. The female was passed out on the couch while me and the friend were just sitting there playing games. And about 2, 3 o'clock, the witching hour, she fucking started screaming and like arching and bending.
Whoa.
And I remember running up to grab like her shoulders because Alex, yeah, I'll just use the name Alex, was like, hold her down. And so he grabbed like where her hips were and like pushed her down. And I grabbed her shoulders and tried to push her the rest of the way down. The only thing I remember was her eyes were like just hollow and black, and her mouth was like elongated.
Whoa.
And I passed out. Like she arched, screamed in my face, and I was out. And then ever since then, I had like weird occurrences where I'd be like going to lay down at night, and then my family would say it's just the shadows playing tricks. But I would see things that looked like they were standing there. And then as soon as I'd look over, they would move, like walk away, like, oh shit, he sees us. So I'd have
Wow.
occurrences like this, but we had a neighbor who they had this shed spare room thing, which is this is the story I was going to tell in the first place. But apparently they boarded off, like they boarded up the windows, nailed the door shut, didn't let anybody near the room, but they had a trampoline that was kind of catty cornered off, and they had let me and my brother go over there and jump on the trampoline. Every time I went alone, I would be able to hear like a baby crying from inside that room, and you could see like the shadows of like a mother either in there, like coddling a baby, or you would see like a person kind of hanging from the center of the room. The story the family told my mother is that
That's creepy as shit.
the old tenants of the house, their daughter got pregnant and it was like an unwanted teen pregnancy thing. So they kind of outcast her into the little guest house. She went crazy, killed the baby, put the baby in a dresser drawer, killed herself. The baby daddy came home, found them, and then hung himself in the room. And so the family boarded up that whole entire area and was just like, it's bad omen, bad energy. So it'd be like every time I'd get near that shed, I would hear babies crying. And it was like the weirdest thing ever. But then, as I've explained to David, like all the way up until I think I still had occurrences living at your house where I would see like a tall, shadowy figure. Or like I could hear like footsteps. But then again, as we stated earlier, we very much think your house is haunted.
There's
Sounds
something
like
there.
it.
As for the tall shadow, I
Sounds like it.
don't remember you mentioning the tall shadow.
I know when I lived in Chico in the second apartment, Richard's ex-wife Felicia came over to the house because Quinn said that I was acting funny, and she went and did like a saging, and I started freaking out, and I kept trying to put out the candles, like put out the sage, and then she kept saying like every time she would relight it, the like light in my eyes would just dim out, like it wasn't me sitting there with them. And it was like Quinn kept saying like she would be going to sleep and she would see from like the bathroom there was a shadow that would be like, it looked like it was always looking into my bedroom. Because back in the old Chico apartment, I never left my room. I was constantly making videos and doing shit in the room. So she would say at like night, she would feel like somebody was standing there next to her. She would look and she could just see like a silhouette type thing standing in the corner of the bathroom, like watching into the bedroom. And so Felicia went through and do a sage because Felicia was like a very spiritual Indian woman who didn't like going to my house because she felt a bad presence. So they would like sage it and all that. And then ever since then, like, at least from what Felicia tells me, she's never felt that like darkness. But she said something was definitely attached, which goes back to the first apartment when, remember, we would try to record videos and I'd be like sitting there making a video and cupboards would start slamming. So it became a bit in my videos.
I do remember that.
My
yeah.
original YouTube videos, if you watch my like old school shit from 6 years ago, my house was haunted. I would talk to the ghost in my videos because I'd be sitting down next to the kitchen and you just hear stoosh, stoosh. And I'd like look over, I'd look back at the camera and be like, nobody's here. Show into the kitchen, nobody's there. Cabinets would slam shut until I acknowledged it. I saw like a little like child running through my apartment like the first day I lived there. I was like cooking mac and cheese in the kitchen. Nicole hadn't yet moved into the apartment. And I was sitting there and like a thing came from the bedroom, ran into the kitchen, and then was gone. And I was like, nope, fuck this shit, and took out running out of my apartment, just left the door open.
You
Said
feeling
nope.
like somebody's behind you there?
Mm-hmm. And just lots of noises that I hear. Like I got traffic from the freeway. Makes a lot of noises in my garage. So I'm stoned and tripping out, dude.
Anyway.
John's like, I'm so stoned, tripping out. There's shit behind me.
I'm tired.
I
Sorry,
don't know
I'm
what's going
tired.
on. All right.
We got up this morning.
Talking about your second apartment real quick. I don't recall. I remember feeling like that there was somebody there. And then I do remember hearing about the saging, but that was after I had lived there.
Yeah, that was like a while after you lived there.
I don't recall anybody like
Well, it's
seeing
like
anything, but I don't think that we had brought the spirit to your apartment. like in all honesty, I think that there was something else that brought it to your apartment, or somebody else that brought it to your apartment.
So with the first apartment, whatever was there was in every apartment in that complex. Because Sky,
Yes.
when Sky and Kai moved out, and we were having their like going away party, and they kept the fact that they were moving hidden the entire time. Like they would walk around their house and be like, "Oh, we're putting this in storage." And then on the final night, when someone finally said, "Well, it was nice having you live here. It sucks that you're moving, but hey, tell us the new address." Everything that was on the counter flew off the counter at that like given moment. The guys in the other apartments, when they'd come out, would have like random markings on their body.
Nope.
Like the first apartment was haunted, but not technically maliciously if you acknowledged it. So like Nicole used to not believe the place was haunted until she literally was like making fun of me kind of, because I would always sit there and just talk to whatever was there. Like kindly, like
Right.
I would be like, "Hey, slam the drawer twice if you're mad," or something like that, like making a joke out of it. And you'd hear the drawer just slam once or something. And then Nicole was like, she was doubting the fact that the place was haunted. We went to go leave. She came home and opened up the bedroom door, and everything in the room was moved. And then I'm trying to remember the time that Nicole got scared shitless, because it was an occurrence where I left and she was home alone and something happened. And then she was finally like, "This place is haunted. There's something here." She was like, "There's no way this should be here, this here, this here. This is all happening. There's nobody else in the house." She was like, "You're not joking." And then when it came to the second place, I don't think whatever was there in the first one followed. But I do think something was there in the second place that was more malicious. Because even Nicole, like everybody could attest that I became darker. Like my mood was darker living in the second place. I brooded more. I was less happy. I was less motivated to do things. I was very depressed, especially after Nicole left. Things kind of really went downhill. But Nicole
Right.
used to get really pissed off at me and be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Because I would say like extremely morbid shit. Like things I don't normally think of. I still do say morbid shit because I find it funny now. But it would be I'd literally get annoyed.
A different perspective.
I'd literally get annoyed and talk about like murdering somebody. And it was very
John, did you hear something behind you?
Huh?
Did you hear something behind you?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, I'm leaning in because I thought I saw something move, and I wasn't sure if it was like a camera glitch. And then you reacted like there was something that moved behind you.
Keep hearing something, dude.
we're about to watch John
Like
get
reacting
murked.
to it every time, too.
We're about to watch John get murked.
Shut the front door, bro.
Like and subscribe if you want to see John get possessed.
I got a crowbar right here, dude.
You're talking about the one that's floating behind you.
Oh, shit.
All right, we should probably wrap this up before more things start happening.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
But yeah, no, I have not experienced anything outside of living at David's house since the saging though. Like whatever was there is gone now, but looking back thinking about what it was like living in that apartment, I definitely like understand how you felt at your younger age with the shadow people. But yeah, this is our podcast for Halloween. If you guys would like more spooky stories, please let us know. I love the topic of horror and ghost stories and stuff like that. If you guys are listening to, or if you guys are listening in on any of your podcast listening devices, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music or iTunes, Google Play, whatever it is, you could find in the description below links to our social medias, our other YouTube account, which is Ryunn Eldred. There's a bunch of things linked down there below. You can find other podcast episodes if you miss them. For those of whom who are watching, whether it's in the vidcast on the YouTube channel Nerdgasmic Goodfellas, you could also catch the podcast more mobilely through, again, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. We look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode, in which our podcast winner for today, who will start leading us in the next episode. Someone drum roll. Mr. Retro.
Oh no.
I have appreciated a majority of your
No.
answers. David, you were in a very close second, but some of the things that John did that made me laugh is what put him over, especially since that floating thing behind him is about to murder.
Shut the fuck up.
No, the only thing I saw was the basketball. It's a basketball game.
Okay, no
I
joke.
saw it kind of shift a little bit.
So, John, you
Don't
see
you
where you're
say
looking
that.
at now in that shelf behind
Don't
you?
you say that.
So this is every time you turn your body. No, turn the other way.
The other way.
Yeah,
I know what.
that shelf you're pointing at right now. So you see the white thing that's kind of hanging diagonally next to the black coat on the aim lower? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
whatever
thing.
is popping out there looks like a human figure, like leaning out from the side of that white cloth through the camera perspective. So
That's creepy, dude. That's how it's
like
creepy.
scoot your chair a little to the left and look through your camera perspective and tell me
it's an
that
ironing
doesn't-
Okay,
board.
no, I see it. I see it now. Yeah, hang on.
It's
I'll
an
take a
ironing
picture.
board.
it looks like something's been watching you this entire podcast.
It's an ironing
Oh,
board. The bag.
John, lean back.
Lean
I
back.
gotta go inside. I'm getting the creeps, dude.
Hey, get the picture. Sure.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We look forward to bringing you more continuous, regular episodes now that we are in a position of being able to do more things with my open time availability. Find all the links down in the description below. Thank you so much for listening, watching, however you viewed this content. Goodbye, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Bye, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
This is Halloween. Oh, wait, everybody, do the mash.
Do the monster mash.
What's the mash?
Twas a graveyard smash.
They did the mash.
I caught on in a flash.
It was the
They
mash.
did the monster mash.